This is All India Radio. Life must go on. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar presents science serial Life Must Go On, based on understanding and managing sustainable development. Let's listen to episode number 31, titled Conserving Biodiversity.
Ravi, you've been dancing with excitement and you barely slept last night. And please make sure to keep away from the monkeys in the zoological park. They may like you to join them.
Oh, and what about you? You charged your camera and emptied the memory card so that you could take many pictures. Weren't you excited? You only tease me all the time, okay? And if I'm a monkey, you are a monkey's sister, okay?
You?
Aha, kids. You have again started, huh?
But Papa,
Papa.
See, kids, if you begin to fight now, it'll be very, very difficult. On the start of the day, you shouldn't fight, kids.
But Mom...
Why don't you do one thing? Actually, you can see if between the two of you, who can list animals whose names begin with A and continue all the way to Z.
Yes, Ratna. Very good idea.
okay, I'll start. I'll start with Z, zebra.
Okay.
There you go. Beginning the alphabets with the last letter.
Yeah, so...
Oh, Rita and Ravi, you both started fighting again.
Ma.
Let me tell you an interesting news that I read yesterday in the newspaper.
What,
Yeah.
Ma?
I read that recently a giraffe has given birth. And this is a rare event in an Indian zoo.
How sweet, Ma. We have a baby giraffe in the zoo.
Yes.
And just imagine how tall it would be for a baby.
Of course.
Even so, it has a long way to go if it wants to be as tall as its parents.
There you are, Ravi.
Yes, it's good to know that the wild animals are breeding so that their species will not die out.
Die out?
Ravi, it means that the species will become extinct.
Okay, but...
Ravi, when all individual animals or plants of a species, wherever they are in the world, die out, we say the species have gone extinct.
So, no individual of this species are to be found in the wild or in captivity.
Yes.
Not even one?
No, darling, not even one. For example, the Indian cheetah. Indian cheetah is not found in India anymore.
Really, Papa?
Yeah, and Ratna, the pink-headed duck that used to be found in parts of Gangetic plains of India and Bangladesh has not been seen since the 1950s.
Oh,
It is a thought that the species is extinct.
Papa, how many extinct animals are actually there? And by this, I do not mean prehistoric animals like dinosaurs and all.
yes, there you are, Rita. Well, this is an extremely difficult question to answer. Let me answer that. You know, we don't know how many species there are in total globally.
Oh.
But experts calculate that between 0.01 and 0.1% of all the species will become extinct each year.
Oh.
This may sound like a very low percentage. But remember, the number of species is thought to range between approximately 2 million to about 100 million.
100 million?
Yes.
So, depending on which figures you choose to compute, extinctions per year cannot be less than 200. It may reach to 1 lakh species each year.
Oh my God.
And kids, remember, species does not only mean the attractive animals that we are seeing in the zoo. It includes worms, insects, and even microbes.
Yes, your papa is right. You know, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, globally, about 1/3 of all the known species are threatened with extinction.
Oh, God.
It is estimated that 25% of all mammals will be extinct in 20 years' time, Ravi.
Oh, God. This sounds like a tremendous blow to biodiversity. How terrible it is.
It is indeed, beta.
How does it matter if a few insignificant species disappears? I mean, how does it affect me? I don't understand why Rita is being so dramatic about it. Now, who's pulling my sweater? Oh my God, Rita, it's your nail.
Again, Rita and Ravi. Stop fighting, both of you. Be still. Ravi, I'll free you from the protruding nail. Get me your hand
He
over here.
always does like this.
But Ravi, the wool is unraveling. Put a pin to hold it because otherwise the knitted part will unravel badly. Or you better take it off.
Yeah, you can take my safety pin.
See, Ravi, this is actually the answer to your question.
What question, Papa?
Look, just one little pull at one point of your sweater has unraveled it to such an extent that you can't wear it anymore.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Biodiversity is like that too. If one species goes, it makes the existence of other species much more difficult.
True, beta. Everything in nature is linked, whether we realize it or not. You know, we cannot damage even a single stitch in this enormous tapestry of life without damaging the entire picture. When we say biodiversity, we recognize that each species, no matter how big or small it is, it has an important role to play in the ecosystem.
Yes.
Biodiversity.
Ravi, the term biodiversity is the shortened version of the words biological diversity.
Oh, okay.
It was a term first used by E.O. Wilson in 1985. Very simply, you can think of it as a variety in the number and richness of the species within a region. Although scientists have found that it means a lot more.
Okay. I think you know about it.
Well said, Rita.
Thank you, Papa.
And you know, Rita, biodiversity also includes the variety of ecosystems. For example, deserts, forest, wetlands, mountains, lakes, rivers, oceans, and agriculture area, isn't it? All living creatures in all ecosystem interact with one another and with the air, water, and soil around them.
Yes. Ravi, beta,
Yeah.
it is getting cold. Put on your sweater before you go to your school.
Yeah, come on, let's be fast. We have to reach
Yes,
your school
Papa.
on time, okay?
Come on, Rita.
Come, I'm taking out the car, come.
Okay, Papa.
So, children, I hope you know that the United Nations has designated 2011 to 2020 as the United Nations Decade on Biodiversity. We have arranged for a trip to the local bird park, which is a short drive from here. I can see that you all are very excited. But before we get into the school buses, let me ask you a few questions, children. So, question number 1 is for you, Rita.
Yes, sir.
Do you think biodiversity is the same everywhere?
No, sir. How can it be when their habitats are so different? Biodiversity is unevenly distributed. For example, some places like rainforests have very great diversity. And on the other hand, the bottoms of oceans or icy areas have less. So biodiversity varies globally and within regions.
Wonderful answer, Rita.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yes, that is true. Ocean biodiversity is 25 times lesser than terrestrial diversity. Biodiversity also increases as it moves from the poles towards the tropics. Now, I have a question. So, Ravi, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So, can you name a few things we enjoy because of biodiversity? Apart from its sheer beauty and aesthetic appeal, that is. See, pearls that we use in jewelry come from oysters, you know. And pearls are beautiful and can be quite expensive too.
Yes, sir. Sir, I can name a few, sir. Cereals, vegetables, and fruits, sir.
That is absolutely right, Ravi. Do you know that there are 80,000 species of edible plants on Earth? But 90% of the world's food comes just from 20 of these species. Now your teacher, Mr. Gaurav, would tell you more.
Thank you. And I would like to add, new edible plants on our dining tables could greatly add to global food security. We need greater biodiversity on our tables. If we depend on just a few crop plants and some epidemic wipes them out, global hunger will kill millions. But go on, Ravi. Tell us something more about that.
Yes, sir. Sir, fish, meat, and eggs from animals, and sir, medicine from plants, like sir, tulsi and neem.
Very good, very good. But don't forget antibiotics such as penicillin. Antibiotics come from microbes and fungus. Some other medicines derived from plant biodiversity include aspirin for pain relief, Taxol for cancer, and quinine for malaria.
Moreover, even snake venom and leech saliva have medicinal use.
Oh, really?
Yes, a compound found in the liver of sharks has the potential to be used as drug to treat many diseases ranging from dengue and yellow fever to hepatitis.
Very well said, Gaurav sir. According to one estimate, 40% of all prescriptions are for medicines that originated from plants and animals. No one knows how many more cures will be discovered when we study more of the Earth's biodiversity. Ravi, you were saying something more.
Yes, sir. Sir, for clothing, cotton and jute from plants, wool from sheep, and sir, paper also.
Ravi, I think you forgot oxygen.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
But just one word of warning. As biodiverse as nature is, her gifts are not to be plundered or mindlessly exploited. We should take only what we need so that the future generations also get to enjoy all that we are enjoying today.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, my mother said that if we kill all the animals of one species or kill all the plants of one species, it will go extinct. So we cannot get anything from that animal or plant species. Sir, I think you are saying the same thing.
Yes, absolutely, Ravi. You have summed up the key to sustainability.
Sustainability?
Sustainability means the ability to keep up something for prolonged periods of time. Sustainable practices help ensure that we meet all our development goals without damaging the ability of natural systems to provide the natural resources upon which we depend.
Okay.
And to add a bit, this may be a new concept for you to grasp immediately, but once we come back from the bird park, you will understand what we are saying.
And let me tell you, there is another reason why we are going there.
Sir, what's the reason?
The reason is that Dr. Ashutosh will be there. And you see, Dr. Ashutosh was saying that there is a proposal to allow a housing complex to come up on the site.
Oh, no.
Currently, no decision has been taken, but the idea is floating around. I want the children to see the natural beauty of biodiversity before it vanishes.
And students, do you know, if that happens, these animals will lose their homes. Their habitat will be destroyed. The loss of biodiversity is guaranteed.
Oh no.
The bigger the species, the more it is affected. Also, those living in the forest or oceans are more affected by habitat reduction. And the park is like a woodland area.
Very well said, Mr. Gaurav. And yes, habitat destruction, climate change, pollution, pressure, and over-harvesting because of human overpopulation are all the factors behind biodiversity loss.
And Headmaster Saab, today the air, water, and soil are polluted too.
Yes, you are right, Mr. Gaurav.
It is a good idea for the students to get a first-hand exposure and see for themselves how nature works. Maybe they will understand how multiple factors are responsible for biodiversity loss.
You know, Mr. Gaurav, I also plan to make the students write a protest note and take it to the concerned authorities. Let us see what
It's
happens.
a wonderful idea, sir. Okay, kids, so please be in line. Oh, I see Dr. Ashutosh has come to receive us. Children, please greet him.
Good morning, children, and their teachers as well. Ma'am, sir, I'm so glad you could come. Here, this way, please. And children, do not talk loudly, okay? Or the birds will be scared off. Feel free to wander around and come back in half an hour. Do not break the branches or pick fruits, okay?
Dr. Ashutosh, come, let us sit here. Tell us something about the park and what is going on in here.
Oh, yes, sir. You are aware that this park is an oasis for biodiversity in this area. We have old trees, rare medicinal plants, ferns, epiphytes, creepers, and orchids, just to name a few. We have 26 species of birds resident here and a few migratory species also. We have 13 species of butterflies, 18 species of spiders, 3 species of ants, and rare planarians and 2 species of mammals.
That is wonderful, Dr. Ashutosh.
Isn't it?
Indeed, it is. It's really a biodiversity paradise in a concrete city. I would have never thought so much biodiversity could thrive here. And do you feed the animals too?
No, Gaurav sir. All the animals here are free living. The natural cycle operates so well that no intervention is necessary.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. The old trees are hosts to a variety of insects that serve as food for the birds. And the different fruit trees provide enough fruits round the year for the frugivorous animals.
Oh,
Plus, the fungal and unseen microbial wealth takes care of recycling of nutrients. Scavengers eat the dead animals, and fungi breaks down what is left behind.
oh, and I read last year that they discovered a new species of butterfly from this park.
Yes.
Huh? This means not all the biodiversity here has been discovered and catalogued.
True.
So, what is the problem?
My problem is a microcosm of the problem faced by biodiversity everywhere.
Oh,
On the northern side of the park, a shanty town has sprung up. People are encroaching on our area. They are stealing the fruits and trapping birds for sale. They break branches for firewood, and the smoke from their chulas is suffocating the animals. It is polluting the park. I have found baby birds dead in the nests.
so sad.
That is the major problem, Dr. Ashutosh. But then tell me, for solving this problem, you will need better patrolling.
I guess yes, but we have little funds to spare for it. Also, I have heard that they are planning to build a high rise here which will threaten this park. There will be a mall attached and a very big underground parking place too. They will chop down the trees. That will end everything here. Gosh. It is a totally unsustainable line of development that is being pursued.
Dr. Ashutosh, this is exactly what we were discussing on the bus while coming here.
Oh.
Habitat loss is caused by deforestation, overpopulation, pollution, and global warming.
True.
Everything that you are fighting here, albeit on a much, much smaller scale. And perhaps because it is on a small scale, we can actually visualize it better and understand just why and how it is unsustainable.
And Headmaster Saab, people do not realize that even if a small element of an ecosystem breaks down, the balance of entire system is threatened.
Right, Gaurav sir?
And when local ecosystem breaks down, how can the global network remain unaffected?
And you know what? People also do not realize that the biodiversity we see today is the fruit of billions of years of evolution. It is not manufactured in a factory.
So true.
So when trawlers armed with ultrasound equipment track entire schools of fish and trap without leaving even one breeding pair, Why do we grumble when in the next years we catch very few fish?
Exactly.
Very right.
Yes, if this park disappears, just imagine how many animals and plants will die. Forests have a crucial role to play in fighting the ill effects of climate change. Forests soak up carbon dioxide that would otherwise be free in the atmosphere. When we chop down forests, we interfere with this function. It is estimated that 15% of all greenhouse gas emissions are the result of deforestation. How can we then avoid consequent global warming?
Exactly. How sad that global warming or climate change is impacting coral reefs and the associated community of organisms by altering ocean chemistry. Some coral reefs are dying because the oceans are becoming acidic.
How many of us realize that much of the carbon dioxide that enters the atmosphere dissolves right into the ocean?
Yes, sir. It has been established that the oceans have absorbed about 1/3 of the carbon dioxide produced because of human activities since 1800, and about half of the carbon dioxide produced by burning fossil fuels.
But Dr. Ashutosh, tell me, how many common citizens or even students of science in school know that carbon dioxide in ocean increases, ocean pH decreases, that is, it becomes more acidic?
Right.
With more and more carbon dioxide entering the ocean's water, acidification is happening, devastating creatures such as corals, sea snails, clams, and sea urchins.
And talking about sea urchins, see, here come all the children.
So, kids, did you have a good time? Yes! Great, great. So, please sit down.
Sir, we saw many butterflies and birds and so many wildflowers. I had never known that wildflowers could be so pretty. We thought only garden flowers are the prettiest.
Sir, but I wanted to pick a flower. But the guard said that the flower would die without setting seed and there would be no new plant. He said it was not a sustainable practice to pluck wildflowers. Then I saw a banana. But again, sir, the guard said that if we ate all the fruits, the animals would starve to death. Again, he said it was not sustainable practice. Sir, I heard the word many times, but now I understand what it means.
Okay, so what does it mean, Ravi?
Sir, it means don't finish everything today, keep some for tomorrow.
Exactly, very right.
Kids, this is an important lesson to learn. Overharvesting natural resources on a global scale leads to unrecoverable loss of biodiversity. It is an unsustainable practice.
And Dr. Ashutosh, we saw something incredible there.
And what was that?
A small bird was eating the termites on a tree when suddenly another bird came and caught it. I think it was a shikra.
Oh, yes.
So, you were lucky to see a part of the food chain, I guess.
Food chain?
When one organism is food for the other.
Oh.
And it shows how everything in nature is intertwined. What you have seen here in the park is happening all over the world on the scale that is almost impossible to fully comprehend.
Rightly said, Gaurav sir. And you know what, kids? When the hunter bird will die, other animals such as mongoose that live in the park will eat its carcass. Fungus and microbes will break down the remains and release the constituents to enrich the soil.
Absolutely right, Dr. Ashutosh. If the termites die out, the small birds will starve to death.
Right.
If all the small birds die out, what will the hunter birds eat? Once the mongoose eats all the hunter birds that died of starvation, it too will starve to death. Can you appreciate how one element is linked to the other in nature? Unsustainable practices break the links of this chain. The natural systems collapse.
But sir, how can we help?
I know that the government makes policies and that international agencies too are working together to help conserve biodiversity. But how can I, an individual student, help in this?
To begin, you must increase your knowledge of environmental issues. You can volunteer at an organization that works on conservation or restoration of a habitat.
And you should see that your pets, especially cats, do not kill wild birds. And do not buy products made of animal parts, even if you find them beautiful. And if you buy such products, it encourages poachers to trap more animals.
Rightly said, Gaurav sir. And at home, stress on the use of environment-friendly products such as neem-based pesticides. Chemicals that enter the sewer system end up contaminating fresh water and polluting the oceans. So I insist that hazardous materials are disposed of safely.
Right.
Okay. Sir, can zoos be places of biodiversity conservation?
No. Ravi, a zoo is not an animal's natural habitat.
Right.
Oh,
It is kept in captivity.
okay.
However, there are some zoos which specialize in breeding animals that have very low population in the wild. And then they release the next generation back into the natural habitats.
But sir, there must be a proper undegraded habitat for the animal to go back to. And what if it does not survive because again people attack it?
Oh, kids, don't be sad. I'm hopeful that children as aware as you all will lead the fight against biodiversity loss and help conservation efforts and encourage sustainable practices.
Absolutely right. Yes, indeed. So, children, will you do everything possible to save the biodiversity of our zoological park? Yes, sir! Wonderful. Sure, time to go now. Goodbye. Bye, kids.
Life must go on. You were listening to the 31st episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar, titled Conserving Biodiversity. Research and script Sukanya Datta. Coordinators were Dr. Chandar Mohan and Dr. B.K. Tyagi. This episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar. Presented by Dilip Jha. Recording and mixing Diksha Sharma. The participating artists were Nikhil Diwan, Vaibhav Srivastava, Mannat Nagar, Gaurav Devgan, Rakshit Thapliyal, Pranshu and Mamta Malkani. Hey listeners, please stay with us. Here are 2 questions for you. The lucky winner will get attractive prize from Vigyan-Prasar. First question is, what is the full form of IUCN? The second question is, how much percentage of all species of animals will become extinct each year? You can send your answers by simple post. Our address is Science Serial Life Must Go On, All India Radio, room number 615, New Broadcasting House, Sansad Marg, New Delhi 110001. You can also write on our email ID, that is radio@vigyanprasar.gov.in. Please do write or mail us your full name, age and profession. If you are associated with Science Club, then do let us know the membership of your club. If you have any query or question, then don't hesitate to write into us. We will be back again with the next episode of this science serial, Life Must Go On. Same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.